Hello, it's me, and this is another one of my YouTube videos. Anyway, so today Giles Coren has said he doesn't like Jane Austen or thinks that she's rubbish or something. I've not read the article because the Times make you pay to read, and there's only one news source that I pay for every week, and that is The Week, because it kind of balances out the views and it makes people like Giles Coren's sort of... it's Hopkins-esque, isn't it, really? It feels like he's channeling Hopkins and trying to make her shit a little bit more acceptable. But ultimately, it's just fucking hatred. And it's really tedious and it's really boring to read. And also today, Monbiot, George Monbiot wrote an article how we're all gonna die unless we stop eating meat, and I can't get on this train. I really can't get on this train. There was a guy years ago, the Reverend Malthus, who said, "Oh, the problem is that we can't produce enough food to feed the growing population. We're all gonna die." And he said that like 150 years ago, and it didn't happen. Okay. And I don't think that telling people they're going to die is necessarily a good way to make them do good things. If I said to you, you're going to die because there's not enough food, well, I imagine most people's first reaction would be to go and buy more food, which is exactly what we don't want people to do. We don't want people to buy loads more food. We want them just to sort of eat a nice amount of food and preferably eat a little bit less meat. But if someone said, oh, the meat's running out, quick, where's the meat going? Then everyone's going to just fucking run down to Asda and buy their half-price legs of lamb and stick them in the freezer just to make sure that they're covered until January at least. It kind of has a counter... I think it's like an academic's wet dream, There's all this evidence that everyone's going to die. There's evidence like, oh my god, quick, let's have a circle jerk sort of like death fantasy about how everyone's just gonna this fatalized fucking vision of the world. Really, does that help? It's nice to have facts, of course, and I understand that. A lot of valuable work has gone into producing the information that now is being reported, but it's like a theory of change, this idea of change, that to make people change, you don't actually tell them what to do. Yeah, I know, strange, isn't it? That if you actually say, you've got to do this now, if you don't do this, then you're all going to die. And everyone just goes and runs away. No one does what they're meant to do. You can educate them as well, but people don't want to listen either. There's something quite delicate about this situation, and as usual, it probably something needs to come from the government, I guess. But I just don't feel that telling people that the world is going to face mass starvation is particularly useful. It feels Trump-esque. Trump trades on fear, telling people, whatever, these people are going to kill you. These people are a threat to you, to your life. And that doesn't, and he's a fucking idiot, but it creates fear of scarcity, and the fear of scarcity is not a good place to work from. There's enough food in the world. We know that there is more than enough food in the world. We know that we could feed the world like 1.3 times over or something, but the problem is that if people are supposed to have 2,500 calories a day, in America they've got sort of something like 4,000 a day each if they wanted to have them, but well, actually, I think some of them do try and eat those 4,000. But anyway, the point being, they don't need that much, and then there are other places where they don't have enough. So there's a lot of other things at play here, and obviously the actual amount of people in the world is going up, and the amount of people eating meat in the world is going up. except in Hackney, where everyone's eating less meat and more deep fried vegan food. One of the few places in the world that's completely bucked the meat eating trend and simultaneously increasing obesity. I saw a study a while ago, and they were looking at how healthy the food was in fried chicken shops. You know, it's like this blight that the government's banning within 400 meters of schools, and they found that the amount of calories and fat in a fried chicken shop meal was less than the bastard burger from the local hipster cafe. So the local hipster cafe actually was serving more unhealthy food than the demonized fried chicken shop. And obviously, you know, the government hasn't said no hipsters within 400 meters of a school, has it? I mean, I don't know how that would work. I mean, God, I know some teachers who are complete hipsters, so I don't think that would work, because they wouldn't be allowed to go to school, would they? Well, anyway, that's my rant for today, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like my Christmas tree. Look, where are we? Oh, there we go. Check it out. Anyway, see you soon. Bye-bye.